With our 6th badge in tow, it's time to head south of Fuchsia and surf on over to Cinnabar Island. Am I the only one who tends to avoid swimmer trainers in water? I just think they're all cookie cutter copy-paste. Oh, I have a Staryu. Oh, I have a Horsey. Oh, I have a Staryu and a Horsey. Also, they pay literally no money on defeat because they're all in the bottom 1% of the trainer economy. All they ever battle is other swimmers who also have no money. They're just exchanging pennies back and forth, and those pennies do not evolve through trade. Well, it turns out this route only takes you to Seafoam Island, so I guess we'll go in there for no reason. This watery cavern has an intricate puzzle system of rocks that need to be strategically pushed into holes to block the flow of the raging rapids so you can safely surf against them. Or, we all know Jesus can walk on water, but did you know he can stand against raging currents too? He is unflappable. Truly the savior we have waited for all these years, so he should also have no trouble catching this heretic ice bird who dares blaspheme against the progeny of the Lord. We have Starmie come out and try to lower its accuracy, then Growlithe manages to inflict a burn, which is both a blessing and a curse because it makes him easier to catch, but also puts a timer on the proceedings. Screw it, man, let's start hurling balls. I didn't buy any Ultras because I forgot these legendaries were a thing, but also, oh cool, it missed. Remember that? Remember when Pokeballs could just miss? Remember when Pokeballs could just miss over and over again in rapid succession while your target slowly succumbs to third-degree targeted combustion? No, that's cool. I didn't want Articuno after all, you know, not worth the trouble. I got 12 disciples already, 13's a crowd. Probably just another Judas anyway. Moving on, we reach Cinnabar Island and a locked gym. It's funny to think about the gym being locked from the outside, and everyone in there's just like, help, we've run out of food. We're about to start rationing Ninetales, Tails, hurry up! We must discover the key in what we're told is an old burned out building, but it looks fine from the outside. But we go in and there's a bunch of friendly burglars in there, you know, just cool guys wearing shades. They look like tourists from New Jersey, like, hey kid, there's lots of stuff on the ground. You can take it if you want. If it ain't hair gel, I ain't interested. And then when you beat them in battle, they give huge payouts, like 3,000 Poke Dollars. That's literally 15 times more than those poor-ass swimmers give you. I guess being a burglar pays well. Thanks, Pokemon. I'm gonna go make my fortune. But I pick up the key and I go out the side exit, which somehow takes me out the same front door I went in originally. There's some mystical shit going on in this game. Unlocking the gym lets me start my challenge against trainers who don't say a damn thing about the door being locked, like they didn't even know. This dude says he used to be a thief, but he became straight as a trainer. I guess conversion therapy does work. Also, if you're no longer a thief, then why does the game call you a burglar still? And what you got in that bag, huh? You got some stolen valuables in there? You think maybe you've still got some non-straight tendencies you're working through? I'm sending you back to the camp. Then you beat him and he's like, I can't help stealing other people's Pokemon. What the fuck? You're not reformed at all. You're even the worst kind of thief. Blaine better watch his Pokebelt at night. Dude's about to make off with his Arcanine. We come up against the man himself. The man who spawned the burn heel meme. The man who looks way fatter isometrically than he actually is. Blaine, the absolute idiot who uses 2 super potions on a Ponyta that has not been damaged yet, while I am trapped in a fire spin. The fiery gym leader who gets demolished by my bubble beams and my surfs. The bald-goggled lab coat who gives me the Volcano badge and the Fire Blast TM. And we aren't even done, cause it's time to head back to Viridian and challenge the somehow unknown 8th gym leader. How do people not know who it is? Who set this up? Isn't there an organization that organizes this? They're like, alright, for Cinnabar, the leader will be Blaine, for Cerulean, the leader will be Misty, and for Viridian, the leader will be unknown. Excuse me, did you just say unknown? Yes, for I do not know who the leader is. Have you thought about making someone we do know the leader? It's not my decision to make. Yes, it is. You're the chairman of the board of directors. You have the final say on this. The leader will remain unknown for now. But then how does the unknown person even know that they're the unknown person who is the leader? I have informed the unknown person that they are indeed the Viridian gym leader. So who is the unknown person? I do not know. Alright, we could do that for another 10 minutes, but let's cut to the chase. Giovanni is somehow the 8th gym leader, and no board of directors has had anything to say about his general misconduct in regards to running criminal operations and committing acts of terror on Saffron City corporations. He calls the gym his hideout, which, I mean, that's where you work. That's like a Pizza Hut manager saying Pizza Hut is their hideout. A lair, perhaps, but you ain't hiding out in a place where people regularly come calling on you like, hey, I'm here to challenge the gym leader. Oh wait, this is his hideout? I have no idea where he is then. He calls himself the greatest trainer as if the Elite Four doesn't exist. Then we beat him up and get a useless fissure TM and the opportunity to challenge the Pokemon League. Alright, screw it, let's make this the finale. Let's jam-pack all this shit in here. The first thing I do is head over to the power plant because I got a vendetta against legendary birds and a newfound obsession with making them my bitch. The power plant is full of Voltorb disguised as item balls, should be called the catfish Pokemon. I swiped right on what I thought was a TM, but when I showed up to the restaurant, this electric ball with eyes was leering at me from the table, and I ran right back out the door for my own safety. Alright, ZAPDOS, you flying cardboard cutout, let's do this. First of all, I'd like to point out that while Articuno uses Ice Beam, you seem to only know Thunder Shock instead of Thunderbolt. Are you level 15? I can catch a Pikachu 2 feet away from you with better moves than you got. I would like you to now commence slowly dying to poison while I throw some Ultra Balls this time at you that also miss literally every time. How the hell am I missing? It's a power plant. We are indoors. There's not a lot of room to fly around, and this thing is the size of a barn. Am I throwing with my weak arm? Something tells me I was picked last for Little League. Fine, screw ZAPDOS too. I don't need him to join me. I just needed to assert my dominance over him, and I succeeded. It's Pokemon League time, let's go check in. So I'm showing my badges to each guard individually, and I can't help but think that 8 people are being paid to do a one-person job. You can't pass here unless you have the Boulder badge. 10 feet later, you can't pass here unless you have the Cascade badge. Do people ever come here with like 3 badges and just hang out at varying distances between each guard? Like a status thing? Like, haha, Greg, you only have 3 badges? You can't stand over here with the 4-badge gang. 4-badge gang for life! I like the perpetual mediocrity of that statement. What, you have 5 badges now? What happened to 4-badge gang for life, bro? You sold out! I feel bad for these 2 swimming guards. You just have to tread water in a pool 24 hours a day, shriveling up like a raisin. You see some kid surf by on a Lapras, you're like, hey! You breaststroke over to him. You can't pass here unless you have the Marsh badge. You have to like crawl up onto his Lapras to see it. Oh, that's the Marsh badge. Okay, then please go right ahead. Dive back underwater and wait for the next guy. This dude has to stand right next to a patch of grass. Probably gets attacked by wild Pokemon like 3 times a day. But after we're done taking our shoes off with the Pokemon TSA, it's time to hit Victory Road. They don't make Victory Road like this anymore. In fact, now they don't make it at all. Although basically this is just a regular-ass cave with trainers in it though. Except there's also the final legendary bird, MOLTRES, my last demon to be slain. It knows Fire Spin, that's fun, real fun, just sitting here, waiting 5 turns to paralyze it. I ain't messing around this time. I will catch you, MOLTRES, if I have to carpet bomb you with Pokeballs just so you can't dodge them all. And look, the first ball that actually hits you, and you're caught instantly. I had the power all along. MOLTRES ain't shit. Let's go kick the Elite Four's ass. I'm leveling all my dudes to 50, just 50. I won't have anyone say I cheesed the Elite Four. Their Pokemon go from level 54 to 63. We are severely underleveled, and we are going to persevere anyway because I have grit and determination and a newly evolved Arcanine, baby. I also have a no more than 2 healing items per battle rule, 2 Hyper Potions per encounter, if I even need them, which I'm just badass enough that I probably won't. First up is Lorelei, who gets basically soloed by Clefable with a little help from Arcanine on the Jinx. 4 out of 5 of her Icies or Wateries too, that means they getting Thunderbolted all day every day. And I only need 1 Hyper Potion to keep Clefable alive because he is a boss. This Slowbro attacks me with Water Gun. An Elite Four member using Water Gun, like damn, I didn't know we were dealing with a professional. Also, Lorelei, you might need to put another pair of glasses on over your current pair of glasses so you can see that Slowbro isn't an Ice-type Pokemon, you phony! I know the thing on its tail looks like a waffle cone, but there is nothing ice-related about Slowbro. If you need the slot filled, might I suggest surfing on over to Seafoam Islands and setting up a tennis ball machine in front of Articuno? Lorelei is defeated. Next up is Bruno. Hey Bruno, have you met Starmie? No? Well, you're about to get very acquainted, and it's the only Pokemon I'm introducing to you because I just one-shotted your whole team, dude! You did not get to make a single move. Onix surfed, the Hitmon psychicked, another Onix surfed, Machamp psychic critted. You gone. Here's something I want you all to understand about Onix, because this man deigned to have not 1 but 2 of these horrible Pokemon on his team. I'm about to name a Pokemon that has almost twice the attack stat of Onix. Get ready. It's Geodude. You heard me. Onix's base attack is 45, Geodude's is 80, and 80 isn't even good. I mean, it's great for a first stage Pokemon like Geodude, but yeah, buff Onix. You could double his attack and it wouldn't be good enough. Buff Onix. Onix sucks and Bruno sucks. Next up is Agatha. Whoever this lady is, do we ever see her again? She talks about Professor Oak like they used to bang. Again, I don't know why we're dedicating a section of the game to ghost types when there's only one family of them. This chick has a Haunter and 2 Gengar, and then Golbat and Arbok are just like, oh, we can be spooky too. Her whole team is poison type. They should have just named her Koga number 2, but the arena is full of tombstones, so you know they were like, no, she's meant to be the ghost type specialist. This battle is at least a little more fraught because my Starmie is trading speed with her Gengar and not one-shotting them, but the best they can do is Nightshade me because Shadow Ball isn't even in this game. I'm telling you, man, they worship ghosts from the beginning of this franchise, but took 4 generations to make them worth a damn. Except Bayonet. Bayonet is a beast. Don't sleep on Gen 3 Bayonet with its high attack and physical Shadow Ball. Super good. So Agatha gets soloed by Starmie just like Bruno before her. Starmie's cruising for an MVP rating at this point. I thought Clefable was still my best Pokemon, but Starmie could challenge it. Next up is the mighty Lance, who isn't even the champion anymore because our rival boots him out, but he's the 4th member of the Elite Four at that point, which means that before Fool got there were only 4 trainers total, and Lance was the champion, so does that mean it was just the Elite 3? My brain hurts. I like this battle because Dragonair is eager to please. I finally get the rap toxic stuff going that I always talked about, and I get more mileage out of him than I thought I would because after Gyarados goes down, I leave him in against the opposing Dragonair because I'm ready for mine to faint, but I get to toxic and then that Dragonair misses his Dragon Rage attempt, so I can start up my rap shenanigans and milk a free KO out of it. Good job, Dragonair. Sorry you didn't get to evolve ever. Primeape also gets a chance to shine because I found a TM for submission in Victory Road that I gave him, and now he finally knows an actual fighting type move and can actually do damage. Holy shit. Dude, he can wreck a Dragonair, I'll say that. He finally sends out Dragonite, and rather than default back to Starmie for an easy Ice Beam knockout, I think, why don't I send out Nidoking, who has seen 0 action up to this point, so he can do some rock sliding and make a name for himself. Well, Dragonite decides it wants to throw up 1,000 barriers and make this a very slow process indeed, especially because Barrier and Agility are apparently the only moves it knows, because I gave him 30 turns to show me something else, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. But with enough crits, we managed to end him. Finally, we have to beat our rival for the final time, and I think we should ceremoniously evolve someone who's been itching for it since we bought him at the game quarter. Of course, he still has the Rap Toxic moveset, so this Dragonite is less of a powerhouse and more of a sneaky little devil. Fool has the exact same team he had when we fought him 30 minutes ago, but somehow 13 levels higher. I thought I was the only one with infinite rare candies. He's been hacking right alongside me. It's really not that big a deal of a battle. I've got hard counters to most of his team besides the Blastoise at the end, who elects not to Hydro Pump my Nidoking and instead just withdraw into his shell several times like a coward. At the end of the day, we have to remember that we are in fact fighting a 10-year-old. They don't always know what to do. But we have become the new champion, and we get to see our team registered into the Hall of Fame. First is Dragonite, who was Dragonite for all of 5 minutes and spent most of his time squeezing opponents for too long and infecting them with his bodily secretions like a fucking nasty, disgusting monster. Second is Nidoking, our first catch of the game, who eventually became a strong competitor thanks to diligent training but mostly a fat stack of TMs. Third is Starmie, our resident overachiever and pool floaty, who let us get on it more times than it was surely comfortable with and single-handedly blew out half the Elite Four. Fourth is Clefable, our sleeper hit, the dark horse of our team and the elemental goddess of electricity and saliva. Fifth is Arcanine, our evolved Fox McCloud, our chief digger, our master of Baya, and a living lesson in how sometimes you don't get to shine until you're 50 and your life is almost over. And finally, sixth, we have the furry pig monkey crit master himself, Primeape, who could have used that submission TM about 4 episodes ago, so he wouldn't have just been a glorified normal type I was extremely disappointed in. But hey, good job for being here. You got super carried, but that's cool. And that's gonna do it for Pokemon Red with Jokes. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. I'm told commenting is good for engagement. I don't know how algorithms work. But spread the word, because this is going to be a super impressive backlog when it's done. I've already recorded some footage for Pokemon Crystal, so that's coming up soon. But also look for more With Jokes videos on other games in the future, too. I'd be totally cool to have my channel defined by it. Become a channel member or donate in one of my streams if you want to support me financially. Until next time, I'll see you guys next time.